Alright, I got it now apart, but I ran into one minor annoyance, and I'll let you know on that in a second here. The most annoying thing, when you go to take this section off, when you get it off the main frame right here, which, like I said earlier, is right here, you're going to have to deal with these two ground wires that go to the speaker. I think it was like a speaker output or something. It goes to this section here with the 4 wires that you desoldered. You have to watch out for the ground wire because apparently they're attached to these long pieces that are grounded all together on the bottom here. There's one on this side and there's one on this side here. I'll zoom in here so that way you can see them. You have to make sure you watch out for those. They're going to be probably the most annoying piece of this entire project. I might figure out a better method how to reattach these two, but the way they got this soldered is so retarded. Well, that's just me though. Stupid as hell. I don't know why in the heck the engineers actually thought about this in Chicago, but I don't know. Apparently Seeburg wasn't thinking when, or whoever the original manufacturer was for this device. Since it was put into a Seeburg product, it may not be necessarily Seeburg who built this thing. Put this in together and just figured on they just soldered the wires attached to this, or they soldered it to that thing right. They soldered it to this right here before they riveted in there. So the rivets were probably placed in afterwards, after the ground wires had already been soldered, and the technician would have just soldered each of the wires individually, starting from the bottom to the top. So, but just to let you know on that, watch out for it. So yeah, that's going to be a major issue. But now, on to the main focus of what the whole entire purpose is to tear this thing apart for. Well, hopefully trying to get one of the channels to work. And apparently I'm thinking I'm going to have to replace that cap right there anyway, because if you look on the end right here, if my camera will stay focused, you see that white gunk right there? If I'm thinking correctly, that's probably acid. I'm thinking that must have exploded out of the cap itself, which would have destroyed it. So I'm saying that's a bad cap unless it's something else that's on there. But I'm not going to take the risk of keeping that baby in there. So it's coming out. But now on to the fun part, which should be the easiest part of it. I'm going to first take out these little green caps, get them out of here first. And they are going to be replaced with these orange caps right here. 0.22 microfarads at 100 DC voltage at 10% here. This is what's going to replace them. I'm not too sure exactly what side's going to be the positive and negative on these, since most of the edges are broken off and it doesn't say on there whatsoever. So I hope when I put these in here they go in the right way. I have no way to clarifying this whatsoever, so, but I might be able to trace out to see where the negative, or if there's a negative trace going somewhere. So, I guess before I shut the camera off, let's take a look underneath this baby. So this is the first time viewing this, so I'll be the same page as everybody here. 1970s work, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is what your equipment from the 1970s would have looked like. A jumble mess. But what can you do? It ain't on the green boards like the seeds say nowadays. But yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's where the power transistors are. You can see them, they're kind of going in diagonal there. First going, they're all going in the same direction there, so there. And that's for something else, of course. But looks like they got some kind of plus sign for some odd reason, and there's a black spot. I wonder what's up with that. Looks like it could be going to this transform right here. I wonder if that burned up or something. Or it's just got a little too hot in that spot. Maybe that resistor's bad? I don't know. Looks like there's a little bit of a little blackness around it, but it's hard to tell because it's so dirty. Maybe. I don't know. But hopefully it's still alright. We're just crossing our fingers for it. So I'll go ahead and get these green caps out of here, so that way it has some nice pretty orange ones. Alright, I got the first two caps replaced. The solder points that I soldered on here. The first one is right here on this point here, and the second one's on this point right here. I believe this one right here I tested. This is the one that goes to ground, which the ground is this section right here, which this traces all the way up to here, up to this point. So this entire section here is nothing but ground. This whole thing here. So the next one is over here on this little group. This one's kind of attached to the next one, another one, which is a resistor here, and the other end is right here. I soldered in. So those are the two orange caps. There's the two old ones. As you can see, 22 microfarads at 100 volts. Let's see what the orange caps look. There they are. All look new and modern compared to everything else in here. Those are the first two. So now we'll go on to these next two green guys over here. We'll get them out of here. Looks like they could be both facing in the same direction. I'll have to take a look what they look like. Yeah, they definitely look like they are facing in the same direction, so that means the other two should be facing the same direction as well. And so I got these two facing in different directions. As you can see, negative on this one's on this side, and the negative for this one is on this side. So we'll get those other two next. Alright, I got the next 4 caps changed out. I got the 2 orange caps, which I got soldered. The first points I got, that's right here at this point. And this one right here, this was kind of a goof that I did. Part of the trace, which is very tiny, like this one right here, it is like very small. But the width of this tip of the screwdriver, it's about how wide it is. Maybe just a little bit shorter. It used to be right here, but it came off the circuit board here, and it basically just crumbled to pieces. There's only like a tiny bit left, which is what this melted ball is right here, but it's attached to a resistor that goes from this point to, I believe, this point right here. So I end up having to solder those two basically together as a huge ball. Hope it doesn't touch anything when I put this thing back together, but I might put like a pad down on this thing, or probably coat this so that way it's not grounding out on nothing, just in case. The next point is this one right here, which is the opposite side. This is also got that tiny little piece on there. So, and the last piece is right here that I soldered on. This thing is, actually it's right here, my bad, sorry. It was right here, but it's actually right here, this part. So this to this here is that other green cap. So, got that soldered off. Now I got the 2 big caps, which are these 2 guys right here, replaced. The 2000 microfarad at 25 volt caps. I got them soldered. They both connect right here on this piece right here, and the opposite end they connect here, and this one's right here. So I got both of these replaced, and I'll show you what the other side looks like here. Okay, so there's the 2 new orange caps, this one here and this one here, and this is the one where the trace broke on this side of it. And there's the 2 new 2000 microfarad caps are now installed. Hello, pardon the interruption onto the video footage that you're actually currently watching at this moment in time. This is just a little detour I had to do before we continue on with this little video project on getting this Seeburg Stereo unit repaired on that very first unit. I did a little bit of a goof up when I did this. When I originally put in the 2000 microfarad capacitors into this thing, I wasn't paying too much attention on what direction that they were sitting in when I put this thing back together and I took the old ones out. For some odd reason, I accidentally put the things in the one thing you don't want to do, put them in backwards. And as a result, as you can kind of see, that one of the capacitors went all over the place. That nasty little acid, it's coated a lot of stuff. You can see it just comes up as all white and crusty. And that's for the capacitor? Well, you tell me. The only thing I knew, I heard a little bit of a crackling sound like frying eggs, and then the next minute, a big old puff of smoke. Yeah, so this thing really just went all out. It just went everywhere. Luckily, the thing was away from me when it went off, so that's luckily. The other one did not explode, but you can kind of see what happened to its wrapping, though. It's quite shrunk, so I don't think this thing is going to be any good anymore, so I decided to remove it. So these things are most likely no good. So right now, its current replacement is going to be these guys right here, so I had to order another set. So these will be going in place, and I will be putting these in the right direction this time, not the wrong ones. And I try to mark some arrows on the board so I know what side's got to be what, so I don't make that mistake again or anybody else. So always be careful when you solder your capacitors back in. Alright, on to the show. I put them in the exact same direction that I took these out, which I put these in order, so well, these should be correct. These are Holland based, and you can see this, they got that little cracky bubble at the end there. Nothing on this end because it's aluminum backing, so well, I just didn't trust that front. I'm not sure these are still any good or not, but I might, I don't know, probably hang on to them or something, or get rid of them. But I got the two new caps right there installed. Next, I'm going to probably try to get these guys next, or I might try this mess, which is trying to get these small green ones out, which this is going to be like really troublesome, but I'll do the best I can, try to get them out of there. That's next. Alright, I got the next part of it done. This was a bit of a mess, so, but I got the little brown caps, which are these little guys right here, 0.022 microfarads at 25 volts. I got them replaced. The first one is located from between here and this point right here, in this cluster of three of them here. There's another one exactly identical with three of them right here. It's got like a bunch of resistors right next to them, and its second point's right there. And the other one, of course, I showed was right here. So you got this point and yeah, this point. These two here. Go there. The other ones, if I remember correctly, one's located here to here, and the other, what's what from, let's see, what was it? I think I was like up to this point over or something. I think it was like to here or something. But it's a bit of a mess. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't. The other one was from here to here. That's what it was. This part right here to this section. That's where the other cap went. And reveal them anyway. Okay, please move. Alright, so we have this cap right here, and this.